Hello, congratulations on the purchase of your Salem 27 REL. My name is Russ. I work with TerryTown RV. I'm going to do your orientation with you today. If you have any questions after this video, feel free to give us a call. We'll be happy to help you out. We're going to start off with some maintenance on this. You're going to start with your roof and the top of your slide out. Those are rubber membranes. You want to treat those a couple times a year with a rubber roof cleaner and conditioner. You can get up on the roof. Just take the product, spread it. You spray it on, scrub it in, and rinse it off. So do that a couple times a year. Keep that rubber from drying out and cracking. While you're up there, check around your vents. Make sure everything is sealed good. If you need to use anything on the roof, we recommend a self-leveling lap sealant for that rubber material. And you can use silicone anywhere else around the camper. You want to treat these seals on your slide out. On both slide outs, usually you have a bulb seal, wipe away seal. Wipe away seal wipes the moisture off the slide out when you bring it in. Bulb seal seals the weather out. So there's a slide out seal conditioner. Just spray it on there. It'll foam up. You leave it on there. It's going to soak into the pores of the rubber. Going to keep it soft. Keep this from drying out and cracking. Very important to do that a couple times a year. Down here on your slide outs, you do have rails. So where you see those teeth, you do want to spray those with a dry graphite grease. Do not use a lithium-based grease because that collects dirt and sand, gets all gummed up. So a dry graphite comes in a spray can. Just give it a spray every couple times a year or as needed. Your tires, be sure to maintain the tire pressure. On the side of the camper here, this shows 65 psi for your tires. Tire pressure and greasing your wheel bearings is very important. So we're going to come over here. So behind the cap there's another cap, and there are bearing buddies. So you can grease your wheel bearings from there, or you can just take the tires off, repack your wheel bearings. I do recommend every 6,000 miles or 2 years. So make sure you do that. And then the siding. Over time, your siding might start to fade. Those graphics on the side, they might start to crack, peel, fade. A good way to help prevent that is to wax this with a regular Carnauba style car wax. Same thing you put on your vehicle a couple times a year. It's a big job, but it's well worth it. If you don't like to wax too much, we do have a paint protection. It's a ceramic coating that you can put on this, that we put on it. It has a 5-year warranty. The product is guaranteed to last for 5 years. But that warranty, if something happened to those graphics or that siding, we're going to replace it for free. Also covers your awnings. So if your awnings were to fade, crack, we will cover those as well. If you do not do the ceramic coating, you do need to treat your awnings as well. There is a product, it's an awning cleaner with a UV blocker. So just bring your awnings out, spray the product on, scrub it in, and rinse it off a couple times a year. So that is the maintenance. I'll go over that ceramic coating a little more towards the end of this video. Because if it's something that you're interested in, we can apply that before you pick up your camper. Alright. We're going to start in the front here with your orientation. You do have a light up here in the front. The switch for it is underneath. You have a light on your electric tongue jack. Right here's the light, and then up and down with this button. If this were to fail for some reason, there's a tool inside the compartment in there. Just take that off. You can manually crank this up or down. You do have 2 propane tanks. If you get the starter kit, we will fill your propane tanks, and you'll have a brand new deep cycle marine battery. Go around the side here. Your water heater. So your water heater is gas or electric. If you want to run the electric portion of your water heater, you need to turn this switch on down here. If you want to run the gas portion of your water heater, there's a switch inside the camper that I will show you, and that's what you'll turn on. So just make sure your propane's on, flip the switch on. Make sure you will have water in the water heater, of course. You do have this anode here. This is your plug. It's the anode rod. If you're not familiar with the anode rod, this is going to deteriorate over time. So every couple years you have to replace this. You can find them in any hardware store, RV store. But that's just going to go in there. Screw that in. And now you're ready to fill it up. Once it's full, you can either turn on your electric out here or the gas inside, or both if you wanted. Your furnace vent, this furnace does get very hot if you use it, so be careful with any kids or pets around it. If you have issues with like rodents or bees or anything, there are screens that you can get that go over top of these. We do carry them here as well. There's also screens that go over top of your water heater too. Keep the bugs out. Right down here, this is where all the fun happens. So you have your black and gray tank. Black is your toilet water. Gray is your dirty sink and shower. So if you haven't done this before, just take this cap off, hook up your sewer hose. Sewer hose goes to the septic at the park. Then you pull this black first, let that black dirty toilet water drain out, and then you have your dirty sink and shower water. You pull that gray after the black is empty. That gray water is going to help wash the black out of your hose. So once you're done with that, close the valves back up and put your cap back on. You have a red and blue line there, that's low point drains. Those are if you want to empty all the water out of your lines. That's the lowest point in the lines. So just unscrew the caps and all that water will drain out. So there's 3 places you can drain water from. Your water heater, your freshwater tank, and those low point drains. You drain water from all 3 of those places, you really shouldn't have any water in the system. Right above that, this is where you're going to plug your plug-in. So you do have a 30 amp service. The plug's in the front compartment. We'll see it here in a minute. Go around the side. Towards the back here, you have this plug. This is an input. You also have 2 over here. These plugs, some parks have cable service. Some people take portable satellite dish. That's where you plug those in at. Full hookup camping. Just hook a garden hose up to that and you have water pressure. I do recommend to use a water pressure regulator. If the water pressure is over 50 psi, you stand a chance of bursting your lines. That water pressure regulator will help you prevent that. If you're not rustic, or if you are not full hookup camping, you are rustic camping. Right next to it here is your freshwater tank. So just fill that up and then you'll turn your water pump on inside. If you do fill that tank up and you don't use it all, but you need to empty it, right down here, that's where you're going to empty your freshwater tank. Alright, so go around the back here. Spare tire on it. You are pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you wanted one of those, it just plugs into there, and then you have a screen that goes in your vehicle so you can see anybody that's behind you to change lanes or whatnot. Right there's where your license plate will go. Here's the controls for your back stabilizers. Just simply hold it down and they'll start going down. Take them back up here. If those were to fail for some reason, then you just go on the back side here. There's the tool in the front, and you can manually crank this up or down, so you're not stuck somewhere. Your wastewater hose, when you're done emptying your tanks, can go right in your bumper. So just pull the cap off, slide the hose in, put the cap back on. That way it's not in your way and in your compartment, stinking everything up. You do have awning on the slide out and an awning above your door. It's nice. Large grab handle just lifts up and twists over. 2 outdoor speakers. Plug right here. And then here is your front stabilizer jack controller. And then next to that, this camper is solar ready, so that is a solar plug. If you have a portable solar panel, plug it in there and we'll trickle charge your battery. And And then right side of the compartment, there's your 30 amp cord. This is your inverter for that refrigerator inside. So if you are not plugged in, this will take your 12 volt and make it so you can run your refrigerator. Just turn it on here, on off button there. Nice storage in there. All right, and that is the outside of your camper, so we will head inside. All right, we're magically inside now. Right inside the door, just before the bedroom door, is your control panel. So you can, these buttons here, push it, shows how full your battery is. Freshwater tank, black and gray tank. So you can tell when you need to empty those. Water pump, so if you use that freshwater tank, if you're rustic camping, just turn that pump on, you'll have water pressure. This is for the gas portion of your water heater. And then these are just a couple lights that are inside. One's over your sink, and one is your awning lights. This is for one of your awnings, this the one above the door. This is a slide out. This is the awning above that's on the slide out, and then this is the other slide out. So all your controls right here, just hold the button down and bring it in or out. We'll go inside the bedroom here. Right inside the door is a switch. You can have a TV hooked up in here. This green light must be on if you want local channels. See that? This is your antenna booster. So make sure that's on if you want any local channels. Not a whole lot in the bedroom area. Good storage. You do have a laundry chute on one side of the bed. Goes right down to the compartment. Alright. Right outside the door here, some more light switches. There's one by the floor. That is your step light. So there's a blue light that comes on underneath your steps out there. That's what that switch is for. You do have a remote control here on the wall. Pretty handy. So I'm going to push the power button. It's going to start doing that. I'm just going to hold down select until it stops. And now it's at the main slide, so I can move the slide in or out. Hit select again. You have the opposite slide. Select again. You have an awning. I don't have much battery power right now. And then you can do your stabilizers up or down. Looks like you're probably only going to be able to move one of your awnings, not both of them, but that's all right. But the main thing is when you turn it on up here, hold down select when it starts doing this crazy moving. Hold down select and it'll stop it. And then you can turn your awning light on with that button. And that should actually turn off on its own. Do have a fire extinguisher inside the door. Next to the bathroom door here, this is your fuses and your breakers. All your fuses are 12 volt, breakers are shore power. If a fuse goes out, red LED light will light up next to the bad one. Inside the bathroom, foot pedal flush, halfway down brings water in, all the way down flushes. You do have a fan up here. There's a light switch right inside the door. Just twist that up and then push the button. Right now, you do not have a vent cover. There's a max air cover that goes over top of this vent that you could get if you wanted to. If you went with that, you could leave this open all the time, even when it's raining or traveling. But as of right now, make sure you close that if it rains or if you're going down the road, or you will lose that lid. GFI reset there. Your shower, this is a magnet strip on both sides, but you wanted this on there when you're traveling. You know, standard shower, pretty self-explanatory. Alright, we'll head out this way. U-shaped dinette. Does go into a bed. If you're not familiar with how that works, remove the legs. The tabletop will sit right up here on both sides, and then you just fill it in with the cushions on the back there. Pretty neat feature on this island kitchen is the storage underneath here. A little hidden liquor cabinet or whatever you want to use it for. It's on both sides. Recliner chairs. Couch does go into a bed. It's just a jackknife style. So just lift up on the front of it. It goes down. You have storage underneath. Fireplace. I'm not plugged in right now, so I can't show you it turned on. But you do have the controls here. Power button. And then your temperatures. You're gonna be able to choose if you want more or less light. And then there's a timer on there as well. You can only run the fireplace or the microwave. You can't run them at the same time. So you have this switch here. You have to flip it to turn the fireplace on or the microwave. That way you're not breaking or blowing fuses. Right here, you have a few speaker zones. So zone A is towards the back of the camper, B is towards the front, and then C is outside. Just push it to turn it on or off. You can play them all at once or however you want to do it. This is a DVD player and CD player. And you can hook your TV up right here, and it'll play the DVDs in there. Stovetop. This is kind of like a grill. You're going to put this on light and then just turn this until it lights. There's a little bit of gas in there. So it's going to work for all three burners. Your oven, you need to put it on pilot. Hold that in. And then you're going to put a flame down there. It does not work with that sparker like the oven or the stovetop. So just get a flame down there and light that pilot. You have a fan up here and a light. Residential style refrigerator. So if you're not plugged in, that inverter that's in the front compartment is going to run your fridge for you. There's a carbon monoxide and LP detector that will continuously run off your battery. If you're not plugged in, that's going to run it off your battery the whole time. So if you're storing this for a few days, not plugged in, I would unhook your battery or that will drain it. And your thermostat right there is off, so just hit mode to activate it here and then push it. Every time you push mode, you're going to something different. So there's your fan, your air, your heat, and then off. And then of course set your temperature over here. Now if you push the up and down arrows at the same time, it goes to Celsius. So if that happens, just hit it again. You do have your antenna up here. So make sure your antenna booster's on like I showed you, that green light in the bedroom. And then this just spins in a circle. Antennas, they're not going up and down anymore. They're digital antennas. They work pretty well. So you don't have to worry about if you put the antenna down or not. Alright, that's pretty much your camper. Here's some more information on that ceramic coating. So it's a 5-year warranty. This is what the 5-year warranty covers. So if you had any fading, damage from bird waste, black streaks, tree sap, your awning fading, discoloring, cracking, going to replace or repair. And then there's also an interior protection that protects your furniture and your flooring and your curtains from any of that stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, like I said, let us know. We'll get it put on before you get here. Get you some pricing on it. There's some other things you can purchase, like the observation camera. We can get that on for you if you want one. The screens for like that furnace vent so the rodents and bees don't get in there. Slide toppers are they're awnings that go over top of your slide outs. Vent covers, that's that max air cover, goes over your bathroom vents. Surge protector, highly recommended. You have a 30 amp service, so you'd need a 30 amp surge protector. Definitely would not camp without one. Alright. So again, thank you for purchasing at TerryTown. Your business is very important to us. If you have any questions at all along the way, feel free to give us a call. We're here to help you. Happy camping.